It is time to address the real talk with the Toronto Raptors. All right. I'm done trying to be optimistic about this team, giving them time to gel and turn around and all this type of stuff. Like maybe it'll happen. Maybe. And that's just me. I guess naturally I'm just an optimistic person, right? I try to be objective and look for the good in a lot of different situations. But right now, with this particular team, we know who they are. They consistently get down big in games. Sometimes they come back, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they wake up on the right side of the bed and it is smash an inferior team. Sometimes they have a really good first quarter and a bad second quarter. Sometimes they have a really bad first quarter and a really good second quarter. Sometimes the first half is amazing and the second half is trash. Sometimes the first half is trash and the second half is amazing. We are consistently inconsistent. I said that on the last episode. Okay? Now, I am not feeling like myself today. I am under the weather. But I'm still going to do this video and do this episode because I'm going to say what needs to be said. Okay? Real talk things. Raptors fans. We can all agree that we do not like what we see on the court. All the inconsistency that we see with this team. Right? No need to get into all of it. Today. This team is inconsistent, and that is the one consistent part about this basketball team. Okay? We can point back to, there are fans out there that feel like Masai Ujiri and Bobby Webster have basically, I don't want to say sabotage this team, but have put this team in a really bad spot, just in terms of the personnel that is on the roster. And they're right. They are right. But here's the reality of it. Masai Ujiri and Bobby Webster are not going anywhere this year. They're not going anywhere. And in my personal opinion, just based on history with this franchise and the front office, they have been able to figure out how to put a winner on the basketball floor for over the course of the last 10 basketball seasons, right? We've been like the second most consistent team in the NBA. In terms of wins and win percentage, yes, we have only one championship, but I don't even want to say only. We have an NBA championship. We didn't think that it would ever happen in Toronto. But yo, it's been a minute, man. It's been a hot minute. And Masai and Bobby need to figure out how to turn this team around from a roster perspective. That is their job. And they have some opportunities that are going to come up because trades are inevitable at this point. They're coming. And I'm not going to be talking about, oh, we should make this trade for that guy and trade away this guy. That's not happening today. It's not happening today because changes are inevitable. They are going to happen. It's a fact. Because this team, as currently constructed, they don't know how to work together and put out a consistent product on the floor. And then there's others of us that feel like, you want to know what? This team has a lot of good pieces, man. This team has a lot of good pieces. But for some reason, they just don't fit in Darko Rajakovic's system. Or whatever he's trying to do. I don't know. I'm sitting here today on December 9th, and I've been saying this now for the course of the last couple of weeks. I don't think Darko Rajakovic was the right hire. And I know that's crazy to say after 1 month of basketball. It's even unfair. It's very unfair. This is an unfair business, the NBA. Professional sports. It's unfair business. But I don't feel like we made the right hire, man. When I look at the pieces on this team, they should be better than this. We should have seen some sort of growth from this team from game one to where are we now? game 24 coming up, game 23 coming up. I haven't seen any growth of this team. What happened to the defense, man? The first couple of weeks I was putting out videos on this channel, I was praising the Raptors defense. I'm like, yo, the offense is kind of soft right now to start the season, but the defense has been above solid. And then it's just been solid. And then it's been, yo, we slipping. And then it's been making up excuses. Well, Indiana's a really good team. They put up a lot of points, but so did Orlando. Now the excuses are over. This team has regressed. Big time. Regressed under Coach Darko Rajakovic's watch. That's not supposed to happen. We're supposed to see improvement. Game over game. You might take a step back in some games, but when you look at the totality of it, from week to week, we should see some improvement. All I'm seeing is regression. What is happening, man? Like, is Darko really just trying to be Alamandam's friend? Like, this has nothing to do with anything, but it kind of does. I watched the Barry Sanders documentary yesterday on Prime Video. For y'all don't know who Barry Sanders is, he's one of the greatest running backs of all time, played for the Detroit Lions, and he retired too early, right? And he had this type of personality that, like, he didn't really want the fame, yo. All of his recognition that he wanted came in between the lines. But his father was kind of like his spokesperson. His father believed in him. His father was hard on him. Didn't give him all the recognition because he wanted him to keep going, to strive for greatness. But one of the things that Barry Sanders said about his dad was his dad used to always say, yo, I'm not your friend. I'm your daddy. I'm your father. I'm not your friend. And the reason I say that, because I believe, like, Darko Rajakovic needs to, like, use some of that mentality. Like, I'm not saying, like, you got to just be so hard on them like it's your sons, right? I'm not saying that, but, like, yo, you need some separation in terms of you're the coach, you run the team, and it ain't no friend thing all the time. Like, I'm hearing, like, yo, if the Raptors get 3 wins in a row, Darko says he's going to take them to dinner. What? What are we talking about? You're basically bribing the mans to go win games with dinner? Get real, man. Get real. Get real. And where is the leadership on this team, damn it? Where are they? What I saw yesterday against the Charlotte Hornets, I see guys walking around with their heads down, looking sad. The coaching staff, they're taking shots of the coaching staff on the bench, like that the cameras are catching them. They all look like they don't know what is going on. All of them look like their head is in a blender. They're just thinking, like, what do we do here? It's bad. It is real bad right now in Raptorland. Who's going to be the guy to step up and be the vocal leader on this team? Who? Kyle Lowry ain't here. Kyle Lowry came back to play the other game when he was with the Heat, and he had one soundbite, and I was like, yo, that sounds like a leader to me. One soundbite in terms of them asking him whether he was going to, retire soon, all type of stuff. And he's like, yo, I'm going to retire as a Raptor. I'm going to come back and sign the one-day contract. That's just what it's going to be. You're not asking nobody no questions. You're telling them. That is leadership. Now, I know that sounds like that had nothing to do with anything, because it really doesn't. But the point that I'm trying to make is that this team has no vocal leaders that's going to look the mans in the eye and say, yo, what at? What is that type of performance? You cannot continue to get down 20 every single night. Every single night, these guys are getting down 20 plus. Unbelievable. Now, I haven't really paid attention to this type of stuff, but like, is this happening to other teams, like other like supposed to be playoff teams, good teams, night in and night out? Because I don't remember this ever being a situation like when the Raptors are in their prime years. This seems to me like, I mean, we've gotten down before and come back. Like I said, man, like when we made like our biggest comeback in franchise history, that was on my daughter's birthday. I took her to the game. She met the Raptor and everything, took pictures on the court. I remember that game perfectly. I know the Raptors get behind in games historically and they've come back and won games. It happens. It's the NBA. But every single night we getting down 15 plus. That is not good, yo. Where are the leaders? Where are the leaders on this team? They're absent. Absent. And I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. I saw Scotty Barnes trying to talk to the man them yesterday, and then Dennis Schroeder starts talking over them, and like Scotty's just like, all right, cool, Dennis, you talk. Something's wrong with that, man. Something is wrong with that. Like, I don't know what Dennis Schroeder is trying to do. It's not all on him. It's not fair. We're not doing that today. It's not all on him. It's not all on Dennis. I've been talking about this at length for weeks now. There's things that I don't like about each player on this team. All of them. There's no player that I can sit here and say, yo, I like everything that you're doing or like majority of what you're doing on a nightly basis. Even Scotty Barnes, because I feel like he's taken a back seat on many occasions when he should be at the forefront, using his voice. When he gets that rebound, burn the outlet. Go. Now, I know you're trying to be a good teammate and all that, man, but yo, no player on this team is solely responsible for the issues that are happening. We can say Masai Ujiri and Bobby Webster. That is something to stand on. I'm willing to have that conversation with anybody, but I'm not willing to dismiss it because they're not wrong. We can say Darko Rajakovic. I am saying Darko Rajakovic. Because, yo, sometimes as a coach, it's not just about the X's and O's. It's about tearing that paint off the wall at halftime where man them know what it is. Tear the paint off the walls, bro. And that's a metaphor. But you know what I mean. And he seemed like a nice guy, well-spoken guy, yo. Maybe he's just not in his nature to do that. And maybe this team just needed a little bit of a change in terms of culture because Nick Nurse, he could get into you and say some things that might tug at the heartstrings. But like this team's missing leadership. This team is missing a vocal leader. This team is missing a true direction. But I guarantee you changes are coming to this roster. May not come in December. May not come in January. But it's damn sure happening before the February trade deadline. Damn sure happening. But until then, somebody needs to pick up the leadership role on this team and look your teammates dead in the eye and tell them, yo, roll with me. Do as I do. And what the leaders will then do after you have that conversation, they'll proceed to be the hardest working person in practice, staying after practice, coming in before practice, diving for loose balls, playing with physicality and toughness, coming to the aid of your teammates. When someone hits the floor, you go and pick them up immediately. We're missing that, man. There's no heart in this team. And as much as we'll joke around and say, yo, Toronto's corporate because they have all these sponsorships and, some games it's just beer corporate man's at the game, the diehard fans are blue collar. We work hard and we expect our team to work hard. We don't play that, yo. We do not play that. It is time to bow up. Bow up. If you've seen enough, like I've seen enough of this, listen, man. I made an episode like 2 weeks back saying enough was enough. I made an episode 2.5 weeks back talking about the state of the Raptors. This ain't new concepts to me, but ain't no X's and O's right now. This is about looking your teammate in the eye and saying, yo, we're better than this, man. We're better than this. The fans deserve better than this with this particular roster. So changes are coming, man. Who wants to be here? Who wants to be here? Because now, you're playing for your job. In some cases, some of these bench guys. You're playing for your job. You're playing for your next contract. But most importantly, you got to play for pride, man. You got to have some pride. I just do not understand how you could get down 20 on damn near a nightly basis and just be like, damn, man, we're going to get him next time. We're going to keep fighting. Bun that. I don't come from that, eh? I do not come from that. Anybody that play ball with me, I don't care if it's just pickup ball, bro. When we need to raise the intensity, yo, I'm the first one, bro. I'm the first one. I'm encouraging guys. I'm letting guys know. Now, this ain't about me, but I'm just saying, like, where are the leaders, man? I talked about Jalen Suggs a couple weeks back when we played the Magic, and I'm like, yo, that's the type of guy you want on your team, yo. Guys like that. Now, I don't want to start talking about the draft, but we know that changes are coming to this team at some point. Even if they're able to get it together, we know that this is not a championship squad, yo. Break it up. Break it up. Keep who you need to keep, of course, but let's not act like this is this core of players is going to be the core players that are going to be in your next NBA finals whenever that is. It's not. Straight up and down, it's not. But one of the things that you got to look for in the draft when it comes back around is some heart and some passion. Some heart and some passion. Guys that they just have it. And I'm not saying it from just like a skill standpoint. They have it, like the leadership quality, it. Now, I know Thaddeus Young is on the bench. He's a vet. Garrett Temple's on the bench. He's a vet. But those guys aren't vocal leaders, man. Those guys aren't vocal leaders. They may come in and work hard and all that, but like it's different when you see your best player working that hard. It's different. This is why guys talk about dudes like Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan so highly and put them on a high pedestal because they're the best players on the team and they demand greatness from themselves first and then from the team. Now, I don't know if we're going to find a Kobe Bryant or a Michael Jordan, right? That's asking a lot, and I'm not really going to put in a lottery ticket for that. I'm not going to spend my mortgage on that. But what you can find is somebody that'll work extremely hard and be the heart, the soul, the passion of your basketball team. Of your basketball team. And we're missing that. We're missing that. So yeah, man, I just felt like that needed to be said today. Like I said, I'm under the weather. I don't know how much that took out of me. I'm gonna go play Nintendo Switch with my daughter. And leave it in the comments, man. Let me know what you think about this one. Please share, like, subscribe. Get this out to all the Raptors fans. Tell me there's somebody else more passionate than me this morning. I'm pissed off, bro. I'm pissed off. I wanted to do this video last night, and it's probably better that I didn't do it last night because I was even more cheesed last night. Like in the moment, doc. In the moment, I was cheesed. But anyways, no crowd applause today, man. It's your boy. You know the flex. It's me, guys, and I'm out.